Ah, Zato, the signature puppet character of Guilty Gear Strive. Zato's been considered pretty good for most of the game's lifespan. You can find him anywhere from the park, to the tower, to Celestial, heck even in the tournament stage. But ever since that one patch, that Johnny patch, I haven't been able to find Zato anywhere. He isn't in the tower, he isn't in Celestial. Oh my gosh, where in the world is Zato? Oh, there you are. I should have expected to find you here. Yeah, it's no secret that Zato sucks, alright? Zato sucks. The nerfs that happened on that fateful day has had unforeseen consequences for all Zot bros out there. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I would hope that somebody technical like Zato would at least be somewhat viable in today's climate. Thankfully, Zato has me, his strongest warrior, i.e. the only guy playing Zato still. So, in today's video, I'm going to propose some possible changes that could actually maybe help Zato go from Zotum tier all the way up to halfway decent. Let's just get straight into it. Alright, now before we begin, I just want to make one thing clear. I'm not just going to say, oh, let's just revert all the Zato nerfs, and then you'll be good again. Even though that probably will be the case, he would be good again, but the developers, one, probably won't change it because they usually don't go back on things. Number two, they had a reason to do it, alright? They had an intent. They just didn't nerf him because we hate Zato. I lost to Zato like 5 times in the tower, so now I'm going to nerf him. Thankfully, we can actually go and look at the little developer note to see what their intention was when doing some of these nerfs. Let's actually take a look at it right now. Alright, here they are. Alright, Zato Eddie now can switch positions. This is opponent option. Okay. In exchange, Zato's solo moves have been downgraded, and the cooldown has been increased after Eddie reaches 0.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So
yeah, the developers were on track, apparently. Or at least the guy who wrote that developer blog. From the changes, I can infer what they were trying to do. They're just trying to reduce stalling and the effectiveness of it. Like, Eddie Gauge, obviously, before, it would come back in 3 seconds. You could literally backdash like twice or thrice and get it back. Now you're probably just gonna have to put yourself in the corner to even get him back, which ain't good. The second nerf they did, flight, like, now I think it was 2 seconds, it's 1 second now. Before you could literally just super jump, fly up. By the time you land down, Eddie's there. Now it's only like, let's just see. Not even half. Not even half. Not even half. It's just, it's gone. It's gone. So we're gonna keep those changes the same. We're gonna keep those changes the same. Those are the big ones. There's 1 or 2 things in the patch notes that I might tweak, but not really revert. Again, they had a reason to. I just think they went a little too hard on the nerfs. Now I got 3 bunches of ideas. I'm going to categorize as quality of life changes, impactful changes. I got some whack job changes that might make Zato broken, I don't know. Or, frankly, it's just stupid stuff. It's just stupid stuff. Let's just start with the quality of life changes. Number 1, I know I said before I wouldn't really be reverting any changes. This is the exception, however. It's 5p and 2p. They were fine before. They were fine before, alright? Yes, they had a really long range for a key normal. However, they were balanced out by the fact that they had minimal return on air hit and ground hit, alright? Not to mention, it doesn't have a good anti-air hitbox, so frankly, it loses out to a lot of anti-airs. Like, I'm literally... I'm really trying to hit this, alright? That's why you just use 6p for the anti-air. It wasn't an anti-air normal, it was neutral normal. And now that stalling with Eddie is gonna be a lot harder, he needs some good tools to fight back. Now the second change is why I have Happy Chaos right here actually. Hold up. Right there. Every other hit, alright? Be it physical or projectile, loses to oppose. It loses to oppose, and that's how the move's supposed to work. Physical attacks, projectiles, lose to oppose. And then the things that went against oppose is grabs and overdrives.
Take a breather.
That loses it.
Come forth. Are you my protagonist?
That's how the move's supposed to work. Except Happy Chaos breaks the rules once again. Typical. I don't know what they coded Gunfire as, but we gotta make it generalized across the game. We just can't have like a strange exception. And frankly, Happy Chaos doesn't need it. Cry about it, Chaos mains. You don't need to win harder against Zato. Now the next change I have here is a break a law chain, actually, and I think some of you already know. Right there, free patch, that would go straight underneath it. So you could go right back up, get a full punish combo. They didn't mention this in patch at all, that they removed it. Some people think it's a bug, some people think it's intentional. Either way, it limits Zato's options against Burst and YRC. And yeah, it works on Burst too. And for my last quality of life change that I have here, Maul's a projectile.
3 out of 10. Positive bonus. I'll take that.
That sucks, man. That sucks, alright? It's like practically useless to reflect Leo's projectiles because it's not going to go anywhere. He's just going to run up at you. Simple change, just make it so the projectile goes the whole way as if you were doing the projectile yourself. Now this change actually might help the matchup with Zato. So it could be impactful, but we'll see. Now I got some more impactful changes now. Alright. First off, command grab. Command grab is alright. It does, what is that, 75 damage. I think it gives about like half Eddie gauge. It's alright, but it could be better. It could be much better. Frankly, the reward you get for it, it's kind of mediocre. Yeah, you get a knockdown. You do that block string, you can get it back. Yeah, that's pretty good. On regular grab though, you could go for big stuff. You could go for mix-ups. You could extend your pressure, maybe go for another grab. You have a lot more pressure to work with. You could even mix up your little command grab too. There's a lot more reward on a grab than the actual command grab. This change is just looking to make the command grab much more rewarding for Zato. Number one, the damage. You might have noticed how much damage it does compared to the grab. 75. 72. It deals 3 more damage than a regular grab. What the scallop? Really? So I actually have 2 changes for this command grab. Number 1, damage, alright? 100, 120? Is that so much to ask for or something? Second change is actually related to Eddie gauge. If you land this, you get about half. I'm thinking it should grant you a full Eddie gauge. That would be incredible. That would make it like a super threat that you gotta look out for. Just like, oh shoot, if Zato lands his command grab, I'm stuck in the blender again. Oh no. If you chances to reset your pressure, extend it, a lot of good stuff. Now this change, I was kind of thinking would be a whack job change, but I just put it here because I think it's time. Right there. Usually, when you get hit by that, it would just RC, and it would get a full combo. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to do your oppose, and then you get red RC'd full combo. And the red RC does not have scaling. It doesn't have scaling. So you take the full brunt of it. You take the full brunt of the damage. Not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. Now, bear with me for this change, alright? If you do pose, this should not happen. Instead, it should be blocked by the pose, and then you should get a full combo off of it. Crazy change. Crazy change. Kinda crazy, but thinking about it, alright, thinking about it, if Eddie's going to come back slower, Eddie's going to be harder to get since your stalling tactics aren't going to be effective. Eddie should be much more survivable than he is right now. Like, anybody could just red RC. Last impactful change, and I actually have to pull up Dust Loop for this on one, alright? Involves his 2S, right here. Good neutral tool for Zato, absolutely. But if we're gonna have to be fighting with people actually instead of stalling, I think we could slice this hurt box right there. All right, just make that a nice, good disjoint. And while you're at it, buff Far Slash as well. Maybe make that a disjoint. Maybe lower the recovery. I think that would be fine since it, you know, can be low profiled. Make it lower recovery. Just make some of his normals better so he can actually play neutral. Now we're getting into some of the crazy stuff that I have. Number one. This little fella right here. He should be immune to burst and YRC. What do I mean by this? Frankly, it's self-explanatory. Alright, if I had Eddie out here, Eddie would still be at full gauge on block or on hit. This applies to burst as well. I have Eddie out. Eddie's just going to be returned straight to me. No cost. Because some characters literally could just burst you out. And then they could just run their game plan. Because it's just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Maybe knockdown into simple mix-up, grab strike. And some characters literally just outzone you. Happy Chaos, Asuka. The list could go on and on. Alright? Right now, if you get bursted, you just lose. You lose your win condition. The opponents gain an immediate advantage just for pressing burst. And YRC for that matter. Crazy. It's crazy. This change should, again, either make Zato better in neutral or make Eddie more survivable. Since he's coming back a lot slower, some power should be put into Eddie himself. The next change, I'm actually kind of borrowing from Xrd. In Xrd, he actually just has a full-on air dash. Not like this little pathetic little thing. Like just a full-on air dash. Zoom in. Gives him a ton of mobility. And he still has flight. So he could still fly up. I don't know how that would work in this game. Because I still want him to keep the little short hop thing that he got going on. But since his flight duration was nerfed, maybe it would be a good change, maybe not. Again, crazy change. Next change I have is actually infecting his stats, alright? So we all know Zato has pretty low defense. His speed isn't the greatest. Alright, just change those. We've seen it before. Nago and Ram. Ram had her movement speed nerfed. And then we also saw Nago with his blood stuff. He becomes weaker, less defense when he's at high blood. Zato could get some love in those situations, you know? I would say maybe lean more towards speed, because that could absolutely help him. Let's say I'm doing classic little block string where I move into the corner.
Positive bonus. Come forward. Trim and then miss. On.
Let's say something like that. If Zato could get there super easily, that'd be great. That would be great for his offense, absolutely. If you did want to change defense, change his defense modified to like 1. Nothing crazy, just 1. Maybe 1.1 or 1.01. Something like that. Don't change his guts because he's the only guy with 0 guts. That's pretty unique. I don't want to take that away from him. Last thing, alright? I'm done with the whack job changes. This is just a new move suggestion.
Come forward.
Alright? Straight from Xrd. Technically a useless move, technically, from what I heard, but still pretty funny. Eddie has a command grab in that game that you could just yeet people straight towards Zato. Again, I heard it was useless. We can make it not useless in this game. Alright? Come on, Arc System Orts. Put our heads together. Let's make it happen. And with that, my Zato changes are finished. But what do you guys think of the changes? Do you think they were actually pretty good? Did you think we could use some improvement? Do you think I was a retard for even suggesting some of these? Comment it down below. And if you have some good ideas, again, comment down below any changes you would like to see. Also remember, please like, subscribe, comment again. I appreciate the support that I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. I got some banger videos coming up. Peace.